King Jesus, King Jesus. The Tampa Tribune's online website is reporting that a man, 23, is charged in the slaying of Tarpon Springs police officer. The article states that police officer was shot and killed early this morning by a 23-year-old man in Tarpon Springs, Florida, according to the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. Officer Charles Kondek, a father of 5, was a 17-year veteran of the Tarpon Springs Police Department, Pinellas County Sheriff Bob Gualtieri said. Marco Antonio Parilla Jr., listed as a transient, faces first-degree murder charges in the slaying, deputies said. The shooting happened around 2 a.m. near Glenn's Eureka Apartments, 199 Grand Boulevard. Deputies said Kondek responded to a call for service at the apartments and was outside of his car when he was shot, Tarpon Springs police said. Parilla fled in a car before crashing into a pole in Athens and Cross Streets, deputies said. He then tried to run and was apprehended, deputies said. Tarpon Springs police officers and Tarpon Springs Fire Rescue worked to keep Kondek alive at the scene before he was taken to Florida Hospital, North Pinellas, where he died, police said. Rachel Delk, a resident of Glen Eureka Apartments, said she was questioned by investigators for several hours after the shooting. Delk said she heard the suspect banging on doors, including hers, in an attempt to find a person who called the police on him. Moments earlier, Parilla had been in a car with another person with loud music on the stereo. He was mad that someone called the cops on him because he has a criminal history, Delk said. He didn't seem dangerous, but he was unpredictable. After police arrived, Delk said she heard gunshots. When they stopped, she waited a few minutes before venturing outside, she said. A group was huddled around Kondek, who was unresponsive, Delk said. It's sad, she said. The crime scene area overlooks Springs Bayou in what is considered an affluent area of Tarpon Springs. There are several small yellow markers near the shooting site as investigators continue to work. Authorities have blocked off Orange Street with yellow crime scene tape along both sides of the street. The sheriff's office is leading the investigation with assistance from the Tarpon Springs Police Department and other agencies. Kondek's wife works for the Pasco County Clerks of Court, deputy said. He has 5 children, the youngest of which is 15, deputy said. Kondek lived in the Spring Hill area, Gualtieri said. He is originally from the New York area and served with the New York Police Department before moving to Florida, according to a Tarpon Springs Police News Service. His father is a retired New York Police Department officer, deputy said. Kondek was a wonderful man, very fair and just, said Mary Flores, who owns Zorba's nightclub with her husband Telly and has known Kondek for a few years. The nightclub on Athens Street will hold a fundraiser for the fallen officer, she said. This is too terrible, and right before Christmas too, she said, wiping away tears. He was just protecting us. Why do people do these things? As she was closing the nightclub around 2:30 a.m. Sunday, she saw Parilla's white car barrel down Athens before hitting the power pole and a white truck. Tommy Mahinis, a Tarpon Springs artist, was outside Zorba's nightclub with about 20 people and also witnessed the crash. He must have been doing 70 miles an hour, Mahinis said. He got out of the car and I started chasing him. I didn't know what he had done. At the intersection of Athens and Cross Street, police asked Mahinis where the driver was. I told them, and then they tackled him and apprehended the man, said Mahinis. As the man was being led off by police, he gave me a facial expression, said Mahinis. I said, you just bought an $80,000 truck. Mahinis had a lengthy criminal history in Hillsborough County, including arrests for selling and possessing cocaine and marijuana, trafficking in stolen property, and leaving the scene of a crash, according to arrest records. The shooting is the first fatal shooting of a Tarpon Springs police officer in the line of duty since 1926, and the first officer killed in line of duty since 1969, when an officer died in a traffic accident.